Hello everybody, welcome once again to Swapping Around. Today, welcome to my garden. It's a beautiful day, the birds are chirping, the sun is out, and we're having a wonderful time just sitting on the bench in my favorite place in the garden. I'd like to introduce Miss Clark today. I call her my Miss Clark. She's the garden whisperer, the plant whisperer. She knows everything you need to know about plants, and I don't make one step in a garden without consulting with Miss Clark first. So all the gardens we do together, from the planning stage to the planting stage to the care and maintenance afterwards. Welcome, Miss Clark.
Welcome. Good morning.
So today we're going to be talking about setting up a garden. I know it's very daunting when you look at your garden space and think, how on earth am I going to put plants in this whole place? But trust me, if you take it stage by stage, it's not a daunting experience at all. It actually becomes a very therapeutic and enjoyable experience. When I first started, I knew nothing about plants. I had 2 brown thumbs, and just through the years of practice and of course with Miss Clark's expertise, I learned more and more each day until now I'm able to manage the garden. A lot of the problems we have with setting up gardens is that people don't realize that once you set up a garden, and yes, it's beautiful, it takes a lot of maintenance. Now is the time to start clipping back and maintaining. This was a bottle brush tree. It was beautiful, but guess what? It was taking away all the sun from the grass here, so we had to cut it back, pruning back. And because we had such ugly stumps on it, we've decided to hang ferns, an old bird cage with a plant in it, an orchid, to give it a more appealing look rather than just the ugly stumps. Very important to your garden too, use things to decorate, things from your home, don't throw them away. Old light shades I use as planters, old bird cage as I mentioned before, use as planters. You can use anything and hang on a tree, put in a bed as a nice decoration, conversation piece.
Here again we have another tree that we cut back that we can use to hang orchids with old man beard. And what we do is to water them once per week with 22 tablespoons to a gallon of water, and that will give you lovely blooms and stuff like that.
So what has happened again with this tree? This is a pui tree, and again we've cut back on it to let it respring. As you see, it's trying to bloom. Eventually it will become a nice canopy again. We love old man's beard. It's the best thing. Even when you're decorating inside your home, you're having a dinner party and you want to use old man's beard, whether it's within a jar or just laying on the table with candles in between, it's a great thing to have in your garden. We started with one little bunch right here, and it grew so much we're able to take other pieces and hang all around the garden. At night when the lights come on, it takes on like a silvery glow. It's beautiful. When they hang low and you have that look at night, it's like being in a fairy tale. It's beautiful. I love my garden to reflect history. And if you look around the garden, you will see things like copper pots, old Jamaican wash basins, old irons, the cannon from our history, old gates from old buildings. We like to use a lot of old antique things to tell a history. So if you walk through my garden, it actually tells a history of old Jamaica. And I would suggest, even when my children were growing up and they used to have their little water boots, we would put holes in the bottom when they outgrew them, fill them with soil, gravel at the bottom, and put plants in them. That was a great memory. There are old christening gifts, old, savings pans with the holes in the bottom. Great planters. So anything you have in your house you can use outside and keep your memories and have conversation pieces in the garden.